Yo, I'm on a mission to help 1,000 people earn an extra $10,000 to $20,000 with this little known program. Those that qualify for the program will not have to pay for any kind of courses, promote any products, or pay for any kind of ads. To see if you qualify, click that link in the description. Now, this video was not on my to-do list. I literally just thought about doing this about 10 minutes ago, all right? But I think doing this video will help a lot of people just getting started with YouTube, or maybe they're struggling with YouTube burnout, all right? So I know about YouTube burnout because I've suffered from burnout, I would say 3-4 times, you know what I'm saying? Since being on YouTube, and it can suck. Like, YouTube burnout can literally like drain you physically, mentally, emotionally. It can be a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna give 2 tips that you can try, and hopefully these will help you prevent getting burnt out on this platform. All right, because it happens, and it happens a lot. All right, so the first recommendation that I have is to have a schedule and stick to that schedule. All right. Now, I know it's very tempting, especially when you're new on YouTube, to just flood the platform with as much content as you can, because you're probably enticed by getting monetized. You're enticed by selling, your product. You're enticed by getting a brand deal. So you're just trying to put out as much content as you can, nonstop, going hard. Who cares? Go get it, right? We all been there. But here's what I suggest. Have a set schedule. Have a schedule for when you record. Have a schedule for when you upload, right? Even, have it scheduled out when you do your research, right? Why this is important? Because if you just go super hard, just nonstop, just whenever you can, on the weekends, every day, in the morning, at nighttime, eventually you're going to burn out. And in most cases, you're going to burn out quick as hell, right? Because that adrenaline rush of being a new YouTuber is dope. But that shit, when that shit come down and you got 50 videos and none of them doing shit as far as numbers wise, you're not getting no sales, you're not getting subscribers or whatever, you're probably going to be burnt out. And that's when a lot of people will quit. You know what I'm saying? They'll take a break that they'll never come back from. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest having a schedule, especially just getting started. Because most people, they got part-time jobs, full-time jobs, they're in school, whatever. So you know your lifestyle. So, figure it out. Like, okay, maybe every Saturday is your record day, right? On Mondays is your, that's a dumbass schedule. So let's just say every Monday is your, your research day, right? That's where you kind of get an idea, brainstorm, figure out what you want to shoot, blah, 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 blah. And then maybe Tuesday is your shooting day, right? So depending on what kind of content you're doing, you might crank out, 2-3 videos on that Tuesday, right? And then Wednesday might be your post day. This is where you post your content. Every Wednesday you post, right? Now, if you're doing more than one video, you can actually schedule out those videos, right? And I highly recommend this if you can do this. If your schedule will allow you to record videos, say 2 or 3, and then schedule them out so that way you can have 3 videos scheduled, every week, so you can always be ahead of the game, that'll be dope as hell. But if you're only doing 1 video a week, okay, so say Monday you brainstorm, Tuesday you record, Wednesday you upload, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you chill. Straight up. And I know it's hard to do whatever, but trust me, this will prevent burnout. You might be thinking, whoa. I can do more than 1 to 2 videos a week, right? And that's great. Long as you take some days off, then cool, right? So if you can do 3 or 4 videos, right, in a day, record 3 or 4 videos, and then the next day or the day after, you can actually upload 3 to 4 videos and schedule them out however you want to do it. Great. The whole point is make sure you have a few days off, right? Have a few days off where you're not, really related to YouTube, especially at the beginning. All right, because over time you might can build up that tolerance where you can do a shit ton, you know what I'm saying, 5 days out the week or even 6 days out the week, to the point where you might only need a day off, right? But you definitely need at least 1 to 2 days getting started, even 3 days when you first getting started, that you just take off, that you don't mess with your channel. A second tip for preventing YouTube burnout is very similar to the first tip, but that is taking time off. Take scheduled time off of doing YouTube. And what I mean by that is, maybe you can go hard as hell. Maybe you can do, 2 weeks straight of doing YouTube, right? Every day you uploading, every day. Boom. It ain't shit to you, right? You can get up, you can research the video, you can record the video, and you can upload your video all in the same day. Do it every day. It ain't nothing to you, right? Great. That shit dope. If you can do that, dope. But I highly suggest maybe you're doing that 2 weeks straight, but then take off 3 to 4 days straight in a row. You know what I'm saying? If you take off 5 days in a row and then go right back to it. Do another 2-3 weeks straight of just grinding, pushing, boom, 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 boom. Because you know your lifestyle. Because trust me, if you go hard with YouTube like every day, you will feel, at some point you're going to start feeling like you don't want to do it. It's going to be very difficult to do. You're going to start, experiencing like brain fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Like you will. Everybody has their limit. Some people might be a week straight they can go. Some people might can go a month straight. But eventually, trust me, that shit gonna hit you. And you just gonna be like, man, the hell with this shit. I need some time off, right? So you can already kind of prevent that by just setting a time where you go, a certain amount of time, 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight, a month straight of just grinding. But then take off a whole week. Disconnect for a whole week. Now, here's the cool thing about this method. If you decide to do that, where you bust your ass for a certain period of time and then take some time off, this is where scheduling out your content is a beautiful thing. Because now, even though you are removed from YouTube for, say, a week, but you can already have your content scheduled. So even when you're off that week, you still got content coming out, right? There's been times where I literally scheduled out my content for like 2 weeks in advance. And literally for 2 weeks, I didn't do shit related to YouTube. So this is the power of scheduling out your content, especially if you need to take a break. And like I said before, just now, like if you wanted to, you can literally schedule out your videos for 2 weeks and take 2 weeks off. Don't do nothing related to YouTube, and your subscribers are not going to know, it's going to look to them like you ain't missing a beat. It's going to look like you staying on your grind, like you don't take no time off. But in reality, you could be taking a lot of time off. So let me know in the comments what you think about these burnout prevention tips, and how do you prevent YouTube burnout?